Ars Notoria, the ancient text that reveals superhuman abilities, and this has to do with the key of King Solomon. Solomon, as we know, was the third king of Israel. He was the son of King David. The lesser key of Solomon, known as the Lemegeton, Vlavicus Solomonis, anonymously authored by Grimoire on Sorcery, compiled in the mid-17th century, mostly from materials several centuries older. It's divided into 5 books: the Ars Gotia, Ars Thurgia Gotia, Ars Paulina, Ars Almedi, and Ars Notoria, based on the Testament of Solomon and the ring mentioned within it that he used to seal the demons with. 72 demons listed in Ars Gotia. Can you imagine? Where did he know of all these? The Ars Notoria contains a series of prayers related to those in the sworn book of Honorius, intended to grant eidetic memory and instantaneous learning into the magic, and some copies and editions of the Lemegeton omits the work entirely. And A.E. Waite, according to Wikipedia, ignores it completely when describing the Lemegeton, also known as the Ars Nova. So, what is this Ars Notoria? You can imagine what kind of knowledge they had back then. Innumerable ancient books written in the past promising superhuman abilities. Can you imagine locking up demons, for example, or releasing them, or locking, I don't know what they were doing with them, to those receiving their knowledge through reading. People in the past firmly believed that the ancient scriptures offered magical powers and ways of altering the consciousness as well of those who read them. For example, the Ars Notoria. Researchers recently discovered the mysterious book dating back to the 13th century, while some parts written to the 12th century, and this famous book called the Solomon Minor Key. There's also an ancient text inside called the Ars Notorius, and while there were numerous ancient texts that promised otherworldly powers to people in the past, it was different since it focused specifically on prayers, meditations, and the power of the words, and other oral exercises, unlike other books that focused exclusively on spells, potions, and rituals. The earliest writing of the so-called Minor Key of Solomon offer those who read and understand them a silver tongue, perfect memory, and unimaginable wisdom. As we know, King Solomon was very well known for his abundant wisdom. Even the Queen of Sheba went to visit him and stayed with him, supposedly had a child by him. Now, the original texts were created in 3 different styles, including Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. It's said that King Solomon himself used the original writings of Ars Notoria to become a wise, compassionate, and talented ruler, and within these ancient texts there's a communication trick that many readers will find more than fascinating. Known as the magnetic experiment, it details how to accurately use the cornerstone and needles to communicate over long distances, and it's believed that if the 2 needles were rubbed against the cornerstone precisely, the needles would become entangled beyond the space between them, and therefore if one needle moves, so would the other one. And in addition, if one places the needles in the center of a circle of letters and images, 2 people could communicate over great distances by spelling words. The ancient text contains many ideas and notions that are considered to be well ahead of its time. Several sciences are known to avoid many parts that they cannot understand or explain. Is it possible that this is one of them? In the distant past, not many people could read or interpret sacred scriptures, and because of this, they could have inherently classified some texts as mysterious and powerful. Today, people discredit anything that science can't prove, although some of the larger scientists like Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein knew that there was something else, something beyond observable and verifiable. Perhaps, of course, between these two, the ignorance and the past and the rigidity of today, there's a new and strange hidden world. So I'll leave links below for you for this. Is on Infinity Explorers by Ansharvastava and also concerning Wikipedia. And you can see the other sources as well. The most obvious, the Ars Gota. Archaeologists believe it is unaware of any other books suggesting that Lemegeton was derived from, not other way around, from his works. The orders of the spirits changed between the two, 4 additional spirits added, and 1 spirit, proofless, was omitted. The omissions of proofless was a mistake also occurred during the addition of pseudo-monarchia demonium. It has to do with the empires of the demons. Can you imagine? This is very, very dangerous stuff to deal with. And I'm not going to go into the names of the demons, but they're counted on, and they're listed on Wikipedia. Princes, dukes, kings, marquises, with names. Can you imagine? They have kingdoms, dukes, princes, marquises, presidents, things like that. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.